Hello and welcome to my channel, Skeeter Jones Things. I'm Misty, and in this video I will be showing you the craft items, the single earrings, and the metal testing and gem testing from the deleted video, the one that I recorded, and then before I could get it uploaded I accidentally deleted it. I've already uploaded the video to the good pieces from that haul, and you can go look at that if you like. I had promised in that video to include the story about this ring here that you may have already seen in my shorts. You can go look at that if you haven't already. But I will talk about it in this video. I just forgot to talk about it before I stopped filming in my last one because I was kind of getting in a hurry to get out the door. Before we get into it, if you like the content, if you would give me a like and a share, I would certainly appreciate it. It helps grow the channel. And if you would consider subscribing if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload a new video. And as always, I like to engage with my viewers and subscribers in the comments section. Just please be kind with your comments, as everyone seems to have been doing so far. So now let's get into it. I will go over the craft lot at the very end, so I'll just kind of sit it aside, and I will go through a few singles. Well, I'll just go through all the singles. This box was full of singles. All of this is single earrings plus one cufflink that we'll look at in just a minute. But it was, again, these are all the good pieces from that haul. I've already separated those. But it was a 5-pound bulk costume jewelry accessory grab bag from Shopgoodwill.com. And this was all the single earrings. And, well, these are bracelets that are supposed to be in the metal testing pile. Okay. So I'll just show you all the single earrings because some of them are actually nice. This is just a little, cheap one. It's got the little cuts on it that make it look glittery. It doesn't have glitter on it. It's just kind of finished or cut that way to make it look glittery with this little lever back. And it's about a 3-inch hoop single. This is just a little gold tone, or silver tone, I mean. I might test that. I think I'm going to put that in the testing pile. This is a hammered gold tone hoop, 1 inch. So some of these are really pretty. I'm just going to put them in one bag full of single earrings. Some people just like singles. Well, that one's kind of gross. I'm going to throw that away. Here's a nice little stud on silver tone, the clear rhinestone. This one's interesting here. It's a nice color combination, but it's a single, pretty large single, about 2.5, 2 3/4 across. Let's zoom in just a little. I think I get a little bit better focus when I zoom in a bit. I've got a camera that I'll be using instead of my phone. See, this is just plastic. You can tell from the little seam right there around it. But it's cute. It's a little like 1/2-inch bead, lightweight. This is cute here. It kind of looks to me, it's not, but it looks like Kate Spade, just like with the little dots. But it's this kind of, it's a screw back. The front just, comes up the front of your ear so that when you have it on, it looks like this. And it's got the screw back. It's not marked, and it's just a gold tone with these fun little polka dots. But it's a single. All of these are singles. Here is a pewter or silver tone dangly. I'm going to go through these kind of quick since they're all singles, and you may want to craft with them. There may be some other use you would have for them. That may be worth testing. No, I don't think so. It's just a little acrylic bead. Made it look like some kind of a agate, but it's not. It's acrylic or plastic. About 1 inch long. Well, just over 1 inch long, about 1 inch wide. And it's a clippy. You can actually wear that the same way you would wear a button cover. You know, just clip it up at the top of your shirt when you button it closed at the top, and then you can wear this just right between the little points of the collar. That was a popular look, at least around where I grew up. That was popular in the 80s. This is cute. This reminds me of the flowers on a Betsy Johnson bracelet I got recently. Just little gold tone flower with a little rhinestone in the middle. And it looks here, it has a little hole drilled in it where maybe it used to have a dangly off the bottom. So you can make something with that, maybe add a jump ring and a little bead or something. This is really pretty. I was really wishing this would have had a match, but alas, it did not. Gold tone, the little jacquard looking floral, leafy type pattern. It's kind of long, about 2 inches. And these, at first glance, look like they go together, but they are one gold tone and one silver tone. The same type of, maybe they came on the same card together with their actual mates. But they have the same kind of lever back. That. Just gold tone and silver tone, 3-inch hoops. Little plastic with some metallic paint and silver tone end caps. About 2.5 inches long. Shades of brown and gold. This one was really pretty. This mother of pearl. The little carved I can't say it. Carved little tulips. And I think that's real mother of pearl. You can tell when you look down on the sides there. It doesn't look like plastic with a coat of paint on it. It's the same through and through. And that is not precious metal. No, just a silver tone hook. But it's a really pretty. What I would do with this probably is take the hook off. I would put a jump ring there and make this a little pendant. This I was actually wishing had a mate too, although it looks like somebody's little crafty thing that they made. It's a little Native American headdress with plastic beads, but it is made of safety pins. Can you see that? Safety pins with beads, but it looks like a little Native American headdress. So I thought that was cute. But again, no match. Let's move the light over. I'm intentionally avoiding this one. I'm going to save it till the last. This is just wood, a little wooden hoop, 2 wooden beads. That's cute. Any of these would make, or most of these I would say, would make really cute pendants. This actually is vintage, and it was one of those names you look for with vintage, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, it just says Japan. Well, there is one in here that is one of those vintage brands that you look for, and I can't remember what it was. But this is Japan, so definitely it is vintage. It has this sort of almost AB type of finish on the little faux pearls, and it's really cute. Made in Japan. This is, I don't know what this says. If anyone knows what that is, I would be glad to hear from you. But it looks like this backing was kind of glued over. It looks like some words, and I cannot make out what it would have said. But it says something. If you know what that says, I would be glad to find that out. But little hammered, brutalist looking disc, about 1 inch around. This I think is coconut, or maybe plastic or acrylic made to look like it, just painted. It is really zoomed in close. Okay. I have to find the happy medium between how far can I zoom in to not have focus problems, but it not be so zoomed in that it's really in your face when you're looking at the video. This is just little acrylic hoop, multicolored, an inch around. These pretty colors of browns and greens and oranges and yellows. This is a faux pearl cabochon, and this is this one that had a name. I promise you I'm going to get to one that has a name. Little acrylic or plastic hoop here. No name. Oh, there it is. This is vintage. It just has that look. Let's see. Little pave style stones. Looks like a little bit of it's missing there, but it's little seashells. That would be cute in somebody's craft project. This is a vintage one. It's a little bit dirty. That's it. It looks like the top of a pie. And this one is pretty. It's losing some of the gold tone on it. Little dangly teardrop shaped pearl. No name. Couple of inches long. I'm going through these kind of quick just because, you know, they don't have mates. So this is for the segment of people who just need a single earring, or maybe you want to craft with it. Oh, I thought I was separating two earrings, but it's one. It looks like all of these are there. No, one is missing. Looks like there should be a black one right there. But little dangly separate hoop, little beaded section, and then the post. This is vintage. Very pretty. The back here is not, obviously. This is, there was one similar to this in a different color. There it is. This little vintage post backs. About a ½ inch across. This little abstract art one is neat. I really wished it had a mate. All of these I really wish they had mates. This one is about 3 inches long. Just this little abstract design with the silver tone beads and the little spiral at the bottom with a hook. This one came with a set, but neither its mate nor the set that came with it, necklace, none of the other pieces were present there. Originally $35, your price $22.95, of course, for the set. That won't be your price here. This is highlight or maybe ceramic made to look like it. But anyway, it's cute. All of these will be nice for someone's craft project. Little silver tone hoop. Actually, I think I saw another one of those in my testing pile. I'm going to set that aside and see if I come across a mate to that one after all. This is straight from the 80s. Gold tone, black enamel. No name. And these apparently probably came together on the same card. But little twisted black and gold tone hoop and little teardrop door knocker style. Just over an inch on this one and about a ½ inch on the little hoop. There they are, right there. This one is, nope, that's not the one with the name, but it's vintage. It has that sort of Trifari or Monet type look to me. Leaf design knotted together with a little faux pearl in it. This is a clippy. Little square clippy, about a 1/2 inch. Little shell, gold tone. And this, actually, did we find the mate to that? Oh, okay. No, this is 2 different ones. Is this the one with the name? It might be. Napier. Well, cabochon, Napier, cabochon faux pearl with gold tone. Some of these pearls, I think, were... It's kind of hard to tell when you rub one against another plastic one. Okay, faux pearl here. It's kind of hard to tell on this one. That might be faux or that might be ceramic. I don't think it's real pearl. That one's faux. A bunch of faux pearls. Yeah, because this one here is, yeah, this one is a genuine pearl, and actually I think it as a 10K post that I found. Might not be able to get you to see that. Right there it is. But yeah, that one didn't have a mate. Well, 10K pearl with 10K post with a real pearl on it. This is just a little CZ or a crystal on silver tone. Another one from the 80s. This little seafoam enamel on gold tone. This one is a leverback with a screw. I've never seen a like a double whammy like that before until I saw this one. Gold tone, and it's nice gold tone, no color loss. So all of these that don't have their mates, they're in great shape, or most of them anyway, are in great shape. And they would make a nice pair of earrings if they had a mate. Little Roman soldier guy, about 1 inch across. This is about 2 inches long. Just brassy looking, little patinaed brassy style. This actually has a name too that I almost forgot. Emmons. This is an Emmons. Can you see that? And it's a clippy. But this would make a nice, if you are into crafting, you could take that hook off and actually make this into a brooch, or use it as is, as a little not shoulder clip, what am I saying? A scarf clip. But it looks like a little maple leaf, sort of. Emmons, a little vintage leaf. This is one of those that the post goes in your ear, and this part goes behind your earlobe, so that when you have it on, it, you know, peeks out from the bottom like that. Little acrylic cabochon on gold tone. Little zigzag hoop, 2 inches across. Little dangly bead on a hook. Now this one I am going to gem test just to see. I might metal test too, just to see. It's not stamped, but it might be worth it to look. Some of these I'm planning on fashioning into something. I did look at this one, and I am going to craft this one. There is still that yellow spot where the acid got on me about a week ago. This is marked somewhere. I'll have to find it again, but this is marked 10K somewhere on the thing, or 14K maybe. So I wanted to test the gems on that, but that's gold. And I'm thinking of making that into a little pendant. And I was planning on trying to do the same thing with this one. Here is another pearl. Let's see. Okay, this one is real. Little bluish colored pearl. Little gold tone bead. This is just a little rhinestone, and that's not small pave rhinestones around it. It's just that's just the way it's cut or molded. No marks. A little gross back. This is a bicone, gold tone bicone bead. I think I've been holding a lot of these way low on the screen, so I apologize for that. This is a little cursive J gold tone. Tiny circle. A tiny star. This was neat. Gold tone, a little, I don't know what you would call that, sort of a crescent thing. And this is a little, probably glass heart. I may try to fashion that into something and put a newer, nicer looking jump ring on that. And then we have this. I don't know what kind you would call that, but it's an earring. And it's about 2 inches long. We have this men's cuff link that does not have a match either. It is Swank, which is the it's just a brand of men's accessories. Can you see that right there? With this red acrylic and nice silver tone. And then last, this is enormous. It is over 2 inches long. Well, no, I take that back. It's about 2 inches long. With this horse on it, hammered, all these multiple layers. It's about an inch, more than an inch this way. It is about 2 inches this way and about 2 inches this way. So it's a substantial earring. This could be made easily into a pendant for someone who is into horses. But yeah, that's a statement-y kind of piece there. So those are all the single earrings. I am going to wait a bit before I lot these up. I'm either going to lot them separately or I will put them all together in the regular craft items right here that came in this lot. So let me know your opinion on that. Would you rather see these separately, sold separately, just single earrings, or do you think it would be better to put them in the craft lot? Which I will show you the items in the craft lot here in just a little bit. I made this, actually. Got a little light there with the glaze on that side. But yeah, I make ceramics as well. And some of the pieces you'll see here, I sell some at just local craft fairs and things like that. Arts and crafts festivals. So here are the single earrings. We'll set those aside. And okay, here's a pair of earrings. I don't know why they're sitting over. Oh, they were in craft because they're missing a stone right there. They fell out of their bag. Okay, now to some testing. These are all the items I wanted to test. So let me get out my acids and my stone. something to clean the stone with as I go. Okay, this was a pair of bracelets. I don't think they're going to be precious metal. That is not verdigris, if you can see that green there. That it just doesn't have that look. Looks like it's maybe some paint or just some schmutz that got on there. But let's go ahead and give these a test. Okay, I had my alarm go off, which made my camera stop, and I didn't realize it until I was already through it. These did not test sterling. The scratch came up really coppery colored. So I had no idea when I was recording on my phone that if an alarm goes off, that it would stop my camera, which it did actually. And I was already talking about the next piece, which was this, before I realized that it wasn't even recording. So anyway, here we are back, and I have this necklace, which I don't think is marked. I was just noticing something on the crimp when I realized that it wasn't recording. So I don't know if that is just a crimp or a mark. Let's look. Actually, I think that is a mark. That is, but I don't think it says 925. What does that say? Oh, okay, that does say 925. So we know pretty much what this is going to come up. We know what the results are going to be, I should say. We'll do the chain and the beads and the clasp. The crimp is where the mark was, and you may have heard me say this before, that you do need to check all of the components of a piece, because, for example, just because the clasp is marked 925 doesn't necessarily mean that the chain is, or the pendant, or anything else. So you need to really check all of it. And those are all coming up sterling. I know the chain, the one furthest to the left, is kind of harder to see, but it is blue as well. So yes, that says sterling, and it is sterling. And that is actually really pretty. It's just this simple kind of, it's a stiffer type of necklace. Maybe that's why it didn't give a good scratch, because it feels like it maybe has some kind of coating on it, but it definitely did come up blue for sterling. But it's about, it's going to be about a choker length. If it would stretch all the way out, it would come up probably just over 7 inches on the drop. So that is sterling. We'll just call it sterling bead choker for the purposes of ordering, which I didn't go over. So I'll go ahead and just mention it now. If you see anything that you would like to order in this video, you can email me at skeeterjonesthings@gmail.com. Include the video name, not the item number, since I'm not giving those. Just give a brief description, and I'm trying to give a name to each item. So just use the name and a brief description and your PayPal email address. Keep these things here in mind as you decide whether or not you would like to order something. Now back to the testing. This is really pretty. These are heavy, the sort of foiled dichroic beads. Again, it's going to be about a choker length. It's this really vibrant aqua blue. Very reflective from the inside. It just doesn't do it justice on camera. It's a lot more vibrant than it appears. Than it appears on screen. It's about 7 inches. Toggle closure, and this toggle is what I wanted to check. So let's get to that. It's not one, oh, there it is. It's not wanting to really scratch very much. And I'm doing both sides of the toggle, the little bar and the ring. The scratches look kind of different from each other. Okay, the ring is definitely coming up blue. The toggle is taking, the bar is taking just a minute. Which would be unusual. Let me see if I can get a better scratch. Do another little check on the bar. This scratch is a little better, so it may come up with a little bit better results. Yes, it is. It is blue. So that is sterling. And the toggle clasp of the blue glass bead choker, which is really pretty, and it's got some weight to it. It's a nice piece. Okay, this is a really large, I don't know why that's in here. This is not silver. I could just tell by looking. You got a seam right there. A lot of times that'll tell you that it's not precious metal, because precious metal is more going to be molded and not like rolled out and then curved and seamed like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that one into craft. These two are a set, most likely. Little rope twist, about a 7.5 on those. I'm thinking it may be time to neutralize my stone. Okay, these have that coppery scratch. I was about to say just like you saw with those first bracelets, but you didn't see that because of that silly alarm that went off. Okay, I didn't expect that to come up sterling, and it didn't. So this is magnetizing. Let me see what's going on with that. Okay. This is, okay. This chain is not going to be sterling because it is sticking to the magnet that is apparently inside the back of the pendant. It's a little tree of life looking pendant, which itself, the bail especially, looks like it could be sterling. The chain is definitely not, since it was sticking to the magnet. Well, it's not sticking to my magnet here, but it's sticking to, well, no, it's not. Okay, it's the extender that is magnetic. That is what we're seeing. Okay, but the chain itself is not. So see, there is an example of why it's a good idea to check all the components. I am not going to try to do a scratch on this extender, but I will do the clasp and the chain and the pendant. And then we'll neutralize the stone after I've done that. Okay, the clasp looks a little golden, a little bit coppery. The chain, it's going to be hard to get a scratch on this chain. Which also looks kind of coppery. The bail, Sorry if that made your skin crawl. And the pendant, which this pendant has got me really curious as to why there would be a magnet behind this little tree design. Let's see what we have. All of these scratches are different shades of like sort of golden and rosy, coppery. I'm not expecting anything out of it. Well, actually, I take that back. Maybe there is a little bit of silver in there. Can you see that? All of the scratches have a little bit of silver flakes. So you have some silver in there, probably not a whole lot, but there is some. Let me clean off these scratches. And then I will neutralize that so it won't interfere. The acid can kind of build up on your stone. Well, residuals will stay there and can interfere with your test results if you don't neutralize that after you've done a few tests. Okay, so moving right along. We'll just call this Silver Tree of Life pendant. I'm not going to call it full sterling because I don't think it is. Maybe it has some silver plate or something like that on it, but this is definitely an interesting one. So we'll just call that magnetic, since it's got the magnet on the back, Magnetic Tree of Life pendant. Here is another one that's got some, there it is, some little dirt or something right there on it. At first I did not see a seam, but I'm seeing one now. When I first set this aside, I didn't see one. So, and it's really lightweight. I'm just going to go ahead and put that into craft. This has something missing. Don't know what would have been there. A cabochon of some kind, or a little rhinestone maybe. There's not a mark on it, but it just has that look of some vintage silver. So let's check it and see. The scratch has that kind of rosy color to it. For the pendant, or the clasp, yes. And then this chain actually needs some cleaning. And the chain as well. So maybe similar result to the Tree of Life pendant that we just looked at. Yes, I'm seeing just tiny little flakes of silver in those rosy golden colored scratches. But it's going to go into craft. It's a really nice chain. It's a really substantial chain, and it has the look of silver. But if you have a nice little stone that you could glue right there, this would make a really pretty pendant. And it will need a bath. But I'll go ahead and stick that into craft. Okay, this is a cotton cord, not adjustable. And it is about 13.5 inches long with a nice size peace sign about 2 inches across. It's a really heavy peace sign. Well, it is definitely a silver colored scratch. That's a heavy piece of silver if it is indeed silver. Let's see what we get. It's not dissolving it right away. Sometimes it does take a minute to change if it is silver, but because it takes a minute doesn't necessarily mean that it will turn blue. And that is for this guy here. I'm not seeing any change at all. It does look like it's starting to dissolve the scratch a bit. It is not turning blue, but it is dissolving that scratch. So I don't know what that would indicate as far as what this metal is. But it is not silver. So we'll say peace sign pendant. Okay, this had me intrigued because of these interesting tube beads that are cut out on one side so that you can see the, I believe, leather cording that runs through with these plastic beads in between, and then a lobster closure that is not stamped, but it just has that look. Yeah, it just made me want to check. So we will do that. I'll check the closure here. That's a really bright scratch that it's making. Look at that. And the beads, let's see, it'll be kind of hard to get a good scratch on that bead. There, the bead is not quite the same color scratch. It's very bright, but it's not the same color as the clasp. Let's see, the bead just dissolves right away, but the clasp is very definitely silver. Very definitely silver. No question there. So we'll just call this silver tube bead necklace. I'm getting tongue-tied quite a bit in today's video, so I hope you can overlook that. But this is a nice, interesting necklace. It is about a 9-inch drop, no extender, sterling clasp, and I don't know what the tube beads are. They look silver. I was very surprised. Tried a different one. They all look the same, so they're probably going to all be the same. Well, the scratch on this one is different. Huh, let's look at that. The scratch is a little different color. And it's sterling. Which bead did I look at before that wasn't? Or maybe I just didn't get a good enough scratch. Let's check another one at random. Right here, just to be sure. And that one's blue. Okay. Well, maybe I just didn't scratch the other one good enough. So it is a sterling tube bead necklace, and it had a 9-inch drop, and it looks really nice. I like those cutouts on the sides. Okay, here is a little Celtic knot leather bracelet. That's what it would look like on. I like that. I have a little bit of Irish heritage myself. The Celtic knot is something I like. I would be very surprised if this does not turn blue with the color of this scratch. And there's the, we'll call it a pendant or bead. I'll call that a bead. Let's see, and here's the clasp. And here's the smaller bead. Okay, so in order, We have the large bead here, clasp in the middle, and then the smaller bead on this side. Okay, the clasp is not silver, but the beads are. So just the clasp is the only part that it, well, you know, I didn't test the lobster side, I only tested this side. So let's test the lobster claw as well. And the lobster claw, well, has a little in it. So I think with that really large bead, and this is a large, now we know sterling bead, this is a nice bracelet. The clasp is not sterling, but these smaller beads and this larger one with the Celtic knot on it, those are sterling. So the silver and leather Celtic knot bracelet, it is not adjustable, and it has a size of about 6.5 to 6 3/4, and that is really pretty. Okay, there's a seam here, but this has that feel to it. I don't know. I don't think this is going to be silver. No, that's kind of coppery, and then plus it has that seam. So I'll go ahead and put that into craft. All of these little channel set rhinestones are there. But that is coppery. Why do I have this in the testing pile? I must have put it there for a reason. Did it have a mark? I don't see one. But that is a nice little nice ring. It is a size 9.5. Maybe you could wear it on your thumb. And it looks like all the stones are there. That's really pretty. And it is going to be just the, we'll just say the channel set rhinestone ring. Okay, I've already tested this in a previous video, this chain here. I'm just keeping it in my dish in case I run across a nice pendant that needs a chain, because that is sterling. Okay, this is a pendant A, and it has a mark right here, 925, and it has a maker that I don't recognize, this G back to back, or maybe it's a bow that says Gorgiana. I don't know that brand, so I will look up a Gorgiana pendant. It says 925, but obviously it's not silver colored, which just means that it's likely a vermeil, which just means a gold plating on top of silver. So we've got the pendant, we've got the clasp, and here's the chain. The pendant was the only thing that had the mark the stamp on it. And the pendant is silver. The clasp and chain. It's kind of hard to get a scratch on that chain, but there's the pendant. The clasp is blue. It's kind of harder to show up. With my window reflecting off the acid there. And the chain, it was really hard to get a scratch on the chain. Let me try one more time to get a scratch on that. Let's see. What will it say? Well, I am not satisfied that the chain is sterling, so I don't know what it is. It could be, and maybe I'm just not getting a good enough scratch to tell. But Gorgiana sterling initial pendant with the letter A. The clasp and the pendant are both sterling. And the pendant is about a 1/2 inch across. So Gorgiana initial pendant. And I'll look up that brand, or if anyone wants to tell me about that brand, if you happen to know it, I would appreciate hearing what you have to say, or reading what you have to say. I'm going to go ahead and scratch this one. It is an abalone little bypass ring. It has the look of alpaca. But it is not alpaca, it is silver. Alpaca is like a composite, like a alloy, I guess, that includes, I think it has a little bit of silver in it, but it is not the same thing as sterling or as silver. And a lot of alpaca will have this sort of inlay. That is gorgeous. And because it is a bypass, that makes it adjustable. At the setting where it is now, it is a 6.5, about a 6 3/4, or 6 1/4, I should say. Oh, and it has a maker. MA. That MA 925. Oh, there's something here too. There's that mark. I would love to know what those are. I'll be looking that up as well. Here's a little close-up look. This is a really pretty ring. Okay, moving along. Now, I did already look at these, and I've already tested. I have one in my kitchen that I've been testing, and it fluoresces. Let's see if I can make that show up under this bright light I have in here. Okay, it fluoresces. It does smell like pine resin when it is heated up, but it doesn't float in salt water. So I don't know if that's enough to say that it is not amber. It does. Oh, and I actually did an acetone test on it too, and it does not get sticky when you put acetone on it. So I don't know if these are actually amber or not. I'm thinking of going to have them looked at professionally, but they're very nice amber beads, and I may craft something with those, or I may sell those. It has some, which I've heard that this can be a sign as well. It has some pitting here on a couple of them. But again, I don't know. And the tests I've done on the one I have in my kitchen, those tests are non-destructive. So, the acetone test would have been destructive, except that it didn't affect it at all, which is a sign that it would be amber. But it's just got me stuck about it not floating in salt water. But we'll see. And I'll just put those in a little bag. If anyone is interested in these, let me know. And we will, I'll look up a fair price on amber. And I will make sure you get a deal. I love to give a deal to my viewers and subscribers. Okay, these that all tested not sterling. I'm just going to call them silver tone bangles. And then let's see, this little guy that was in the single earrings. I think he's going to be sterling. And I'll go ahead and check this one also from the singles. Okay, yes, this one is the top one right there, and it is sterling. That's this one. But this one is not. So we'll put them both in the single earrings. This is a nice one right here. Someone will be able to make something nice with that. Okay, and that is, well, hold on, that's not it either. I wanted to test these. This one might be. See, that's the post, and here is the setting. The setting won't scratch at all. No, so the post might be, but the setting won't even scratch. And let's see. We're going to be testing this one for gold, which means we need kind of a longer scratch. And that was right next to a drop of solution. Okay, that's the setting and the post. The reason you need a longer scratch, which I'll demonstrate in just a minute, is so you can determine what carat. If it's gold, you can determine what carat that is. This one has a mark on it, but I just wanted to show you how that works. So when you're testing gold, you start with the lowest acid, which is going to be your 10 carat. And you make it a small enough bit that it doesn't run together. Okay, so if the 10 carat does not eat it away, which it is not, then you go up one, and the next one I believe is 12. No, the next one's 14. So then you try 14. And if it eats away the 14, then you know that it is not 14 karat gold, that it's the one below that, which would be 10. Okay, it is changing some, but not eating it away. Okay, now those acids are running together. So I'll need new scratches to test. Wait, that was this one. To test for 18. Okay, there's the post. And here's the setting. And you may think actually that it uses up a lot, or it takes away a lot of the metal to do these scratches. It does not. Okay, so we'll use 18. Now if it eats away the 18, or if the 18 eats it away, then we'll know it's not 18. And it does, it eats that right away. So the carat is between 14 and 18. So we'll call this 14 karat on this guy, which makes me wonder about those stones. I am not going to be testing stones in this video, but I will test that on a video for you to be able to see it. Okay, so here is the post for this guy. And I couldn't get a scratch on the setting. Let me try one more time. No, the setting just won't scratch. The post is not changing at all. It's not eating it up, but it's not turning blue either. Okay, so I don't know what that metal would be. I guess just a gold tone on this guy, but it'll still make a nice little pendant. And I'll still check those the stones to see what they are. They may be just glass, but we will set these guys aside for further testing in another video. And now I will show you what is in this craft bag for this particular video, since you didn't get to see it the first time around. And I'm just going to throw everything right back into the craft bag. Okay, you've already seen these. I put these in here during this video. These are really cute, but they are missing some stones. And just lots of loose beads. I'm actually going to throw these away. Those are kind of nasty. This, it's got some paint rubbing off. These would be nice, except that there's some threads coming loose right there. Lots of these little wiry, well, they feel like aluminum. Just little wiry, thin, lightweight bangles. This is really pretty, but I think it was the stretch was the problem here. All of the little rhinestones are there, but yeah, the stretch is not gonna hold up much longer. I showed you these earlier. They were missing a stone right there, and I think they were missing more than one stone. Oh, was it just one? well, oh no, there it is. There's the other one. Okay. Little leprechaun. Another little wiry bracelet. See, that's dirty. This little rubbery studs. This looks like one of those little Asian coin pieces, although this doesn't look Asian on the back, so I don't really know what that would be. It's got these little beads hanging off. This is a vintage piece, and it's got a name that I'm having a hard time reading. Maybe it's that Emmons again. Let's see. Okay, no, that just says Hong Kong. Hong Kong, so you know that's a vintage piece. Good bit of wear on these little plastic faceted beads. This looks like someone's homemade project. Little flower. Clamper, why did it go? Oh, it was missing stones. But otherwise a nice clamper. This is just fabric with the little blue teardrops. Little hook with some bicone beads. And a hoop. This is really pretty. If I can get it free from everything. But it's just little plastic beads. Like really, it just feels like little dollar store beads. And this kind of hook closure where you just hook it over like that. Nothing wrong with it. It is wearable. I just couldn't see, you know, charging somebody a couple of bucks for it because I think it just is like a dollar store little piece. Here's a watch with a little clip on it. I do not know if it works, and it could use some cleaning. It's a little plastic turtle on a satin cord. This looks like someone's little homemade crafty piece. And we looked at this just a few minutes ago. If you have a nice little round something you can put right there, that'll make a really nice necklace. This is a little Fimo bead. What do you call that flower? Hibiscus. This looks like hibiscus, maybe, with little AB crystals. Pretty colors, but no elastic left. No elastic integrity with that. Mardi Gras beads. These are little panels, a little broken piece from probably a bracelet, I would guess. And there's a lot of these little glass dichroic beads, art glass beads. This is an artsy looking little piece. Pendant. Vintage acrylic plastic earring. This is pretty. It was missing a stone, I believe. There it is. But other than that, I mean, you could just wear it to where that side doesn't show. or you can make something else entirely. This was pretty. It's a hook that comes all the way down, and then here's the front. That'll just go. Actually, I'm going to take that out of craft and put that. All the stones are there. Are they? Oh no, it's missing a stone right there. Okay. I was going to put that in the single earrings, but since it's missing a stone, there's a little piece of chain that you can make something with. A little gold tone chain. This, I've already put away my acids, so I'm not going to test, but this looks like it could be silver. It is not stamped, so if you get this, you can test that and see. It's got a little tiny butterfly that is missing a stone or two with little purple seed beads. Phone cord. Ponytail holder. This is, I'm just going to throw this away. Little rubber shark tooth. Well, I don't know, somebody might want the shark tooth. Well, I'll put it in craft. Pave bead, missing a few rhinestones. And this says something on the back, I think. Yes, it says Waterbury Company, Connecticut. So maybe that's significant to someone. So just a little button. Some more of those. This is some kind of stone. I don't know what it is. This could be bone here. Those bone fluoresces. Let's see. Yeah, that fluoresces. So that's likely bone. Right here, these little white beads. I don't know what these are or what this is. Little orange ones. Someone said it looked like sponge coral to them, but it just doesn't have that look to me. So we'll put that, and it's got these little elephants on it, and it says Fearless. But that's going to go in craft. So there's some nice pieces going in this craft lot. A little iridescent shell. I don't know what this is, but someone may know what that is and may be able to use it. Another one of those glass beads. There were a few of those. And here's another one of these that is also missing a couple of stones. Little small, they look like hematite beads. This is a pretty butterfly that was missing a stone right there. Right there. And could use a cleaning. But let's close that up. But it will probably make a nice addition to someone's crafting. And then these are really nice glass beads with these little leaves and flowers in between. No stretch. That's just about to give out. But those are nice. So some nice pieces in this craft lot. This I put in the craft lot, but I think I'm just going to throw it away because it's just kind of gross. Okay, so there's the craft lot, and here are the single earrings. Let me know in the comments, do you think the craft lot should be separate and then the earrings separate, or should I just throw them all together into one big craft lot? Let me know, and let me know if you would be interested in buying that craft lot. Again, if you're interested in buying anything in the video, email me at skeeterjonesthings@gmail.com. Include this video name, a description and name of the item. There are no item numbers in this video. include your PayPal email address, and then keep these things here in mind as you decide whether or not to order. And if you enjoyed the comment, please give me a like and a share. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and engage with me in the comment section. I always enjoy connecting with my viewers and subscribers. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.